T1's impact. And Leblanc was open, so
tower race. And so they will be taking advantage of that. Dandy tries to make a play onto the mid lane.
Yeah, but Pawn out of mana and also pretty low on health. Meanwhile, with that distraction, T1 will go ahead and go for the dragon. Takes a little bit long. It's fairly early. Faker actually brings Pawn down very low. Will that Ignite get the kill? No. We have Command Protect coming up. Pawn not going to feel comfortable just going through there. Impact actually gets caught as he's trying to cut the lane here in top, and Shyvana does use Dragon Descent over the wall. Dandy actually has to kick Impact backwards. Mata is now also here. We do have that kill going down in mid lane, but Impact will also not go down just yet, but he is slowed, and he flashes over the wall, forces 2 flashes from both Looper and Dandy.
Really worked out well right there to draw the pressure up into the top lane so that we do see Wolf roving over from the side, and Pawn just gets annihilated.
Go ahead and move in here, and they really need this dragon in order to stick around.
Oh, a nice shockwave from Pawn, keeping them zoned to the very end, and that's going to allow Dandy to secure the dragon. And a tidal wave onto 2 low members. Wolf gets caught. He gets kicked backwards. He's going to go down, and Looper will drag us descent out of harm's way as Pawn also dodges the culling. Dandy still putting out some good damage onto Impact, but they're not going to dropping wards on the way back. He will get spotted by the pink ward though, and here we go. Dandy actually jumps over to a ward across the wall from the blue buff. Pawn and Dandy looking for this blue buff steal. Wolf had already just used the stun. Doesn't have Tibbers either, and Imp gets caught by Faker. Imp has been silenced. Will he go down? He gets snared, and Bang looking for the culling, but he won't find the target. A nice Dragon Descent to help defend that damage, and Faker now the one on the run from the Samsung team.
Yeah, Dandy still over here sparring with Impact in the blue buff, not able to pick it up or get any real damage. Bang.
Whoa, Bang took a ton of damage, has to dash out, and Bangy barely dodging that one, but a shockwave. Impact the only one caught. So that's a blessing for T1.
Understand why they're not using the teleport pressure right now from Looper.
Yeah, I'm not sure either, but Bengi looking for a flank, and there's a culling, and a 3-man Tibbers goes down. Bengi flashes over. He does get knocked up, but a nice shockwave from Pawn. Can he turn this around? Doesn't have the Sork shoes, so not full damage, but Looper too far forward after that shockwave. Imp very low from that Ignite, has to back off. Bengi will go down to the last auto attack. He brings them even closer to that lead that T1 had, and Samsung will take that chance to start the Dragon. Imp joining up right away. Faker looking for a chance, and there's the Tibbers that just came out. There's a tidal wave. Bangy still picks up the dragon. Looper a bit late with the Dragon Descent. Dandy looking to see if they want to chase through. Oh, a nice block on the Sonic Wave with Tibbers. Not to get chased through, and Pawn will have to back off as Faker tries to pressure him out.
Yeah, Dandy not really known for missing those smites. There's a teleport up into the top lane. I really don't understand why Samsung Ozone isn't just getting some wards for Looper to flank and just using that teleport to create pressure in the side lanes. I think they're playing this out.
Oh, Faker looking for a flank right onto tower, picks up a kill. They pick up another one as they chase through on Pawn, and Imp gets caught under the inhibitor tower. Just everything not going well. And Dandy looks for a kill onto Bengi, but Bengi still lives, was not taking any tower damage. Looper does not want to chase through both Impact and Bang right now. Looper's going to have to back off and shuts it down. And Faker looking for a kill onto Pawn, goes very aggressive, does get the silence and the snare, forces the Dragon Descent out of Looper, but a nice shockwave from Pawn. Pawn slightly low on mana, so T1 will now turn around onto Looper. A nice tidal wave, gets a double bubble to bring them back. Bang gets kicked backwards. Pawn no mana though. There's the Tibbers bringing down that Orianna. Looper is still alive as we see Imp making the long flank around to help clean up the fight. Faker and Impact both pretty low, but Looper the lowest, and he will go down. Looper not paying attention to his surroundings on the way back. Dandy with the flash going full aggressive onto Impact. They want to get at least another revenge kill. That item to show up as Imp finds Faker. Faker just going to blink forward, and he actually turns around and bursts Imp down as Dandy shows up for a revenge kill. Faker trying to jump away, but here comes Looper. I don't think Faker has a way out of this. He's trying to use his clone to block shots off, and he gets it. Looper has to flash forward, but Faker flashes the E, and he looks as calm as ever as he ports.
Take a look at the replay again.
Oh man, what a fake out. Imp's like, all right, let me go back around.
He definitely was not expecting Faker to show up.
Wow, what a play. And then just look at this, the clone And Faker positioning that clone right in front of Dandy the whole time. Dandy gets one auto attack onto the clone. Had that clone not been there first, the first auto attack would have secured the kill for Dandy.
The taking thing about Faker's play is the speed at which he plays mind games with you, where you think he's gone and then he comes back. Bengi getting a little...
Yeah, Bengi's going to have to flash out. He doesn't want to risk getting caught by that shockwave, and there's a very preemptive teleport from Looper. So another summoner taken out from Looper. And Faker just shows up again. Look at this guy. Now he's just dancing around his opponents, trying to force them to react, just blowing summoners out of them. And Imp uses Blade of the Ruined King, and Faker just says, all right, back off. My ultimate is on a way shorter cooldown. And Samsung...
And they're waiting for this...
Yeah, Faker just keeps jumping forward, trying to draw out more abilities. He's not afraid to use his ultimate for that extra jump. And Bengi, is he going to go for another steal? Nice command attack positioning from Pawn. And T1 says, all right, you know what? This one's not worth fighting. We might as well go for the inhibitor. Not much of that wave left right now, but a new wave showing up quite soon. We have two members from Samsung porting back home. And then the others just walking all the way. Impact there to start tanking it for his team. And they're just going to go ahead and get the inhibitor turret. No opposition sensed whatsoever.
They get the turret, but they're not actually able to pick up the important objective on the inhibitor, so they will trade 1 for 1. They get inhibitor now for Samsung, but this is... they're really going to start out scaling hard.
Faker just keeps jumping over walls and then blinking backwards. Earlier we saw him just now blinking forward, finding the Banshees on Looper and says, oh, never mind. Not the one I want to find right now. Man, yeah, and this is why... Now, this is why that Athenes is popular with a lot of these Leblanc players, is that shorter cooldown allows him to play mind games all day. Look at how pretty even in this game.
It's not desperate at all. They actually have a lead probably at the moment, just because of their team composition.
Gonna get stopped and knocked away, so no steal in sight, but Looper gets changed down, will go out first. Pawn and Imp both have to flash over the wall. Shockwave only bringing Tibbers closer to the wall, as Impact looks for one more kill, doesn't find it, but Faker shows up. Imp is gonna go down. And Dandy getting chased by Bang. They should be able to find this one as Faker shows up over the wall. Once again, the cooldown's doing work for this LeBlanc.
30 minutes into this game, Dandy still doesn't have a Feral Flare, so not worth for this item, definitely. Pawn getting caught out a bit right here. Faker going in for the kill. He's not going to be able to pick it up.
You know, at this point, I can't even really imagine if we can hope for it to do any work. Look at Pawn nearly getting deleted without a DFG in sight for Faker. Goes ahead and takes the Banshee's veil off so they can start sieging.
The DFG is definitely in sight. There's the Codex there. It's coming. And then Faker is just going to be able to annihilate anybody, possibly even through some Banshee's veils.
Yep, and Faker jumps in, and Bengi comes in with the flank. Nice tidal wave, but can they survive long enough? Shockwave just to try to survive and back people off. Faker with a nice split from his cone is going to keep Dandy distracted for so long, as Impact also slices and dices over. But good ultimates use defense. We'll see if T1 decides to move down bottom. Faker gets caught, but nope, you do not catch LeBlanc. No pink wards until Bengi walks into that lane. Bengi will walk all the way around, and he gets the ultimate, but a little bit ahead of his team. There's a flash. Timbers gets dodged by everyone from Samsung. Is this the team fight for Samsung Ozone? But Imp gets caught by Bengi as he gets chased down, and we see Imp dueling for his life while the rest of his teammate is locked in. But T1 finds the kills they want first, as Looper was not able to keep tabs on Faker's LeBlanc, and Faker will turn around and pick up the kill onto Shivada.
Wow, Looper was trying to deal with Faker that entire fight.
That free inhibitor in mid. Dandy shows up. Some very low members on T1, but Impact correctly just standing in front of his teammates. Faker almost taunting Dandy to come in with that Sonic Wave. And so there's the second inhibitor down, and Faker actually marches back forward. Sonic Wave's down, so he just tries to get some damage on there. They do need to use a talisman to escape. Don't want to get caught.
This is what they had to do. This is the counter Baron.
Yep, and here we go, but culling is here. People getting very low. Bengi looking for the steal, but Dandy does get the Baron, but Impact's here at full health. Mata will go down, and look at that burst coming in from Faker and all his teammates. A double kill for Impact. 4 members get deleted as Faker chases through, gets the chains onto Dandy. Dandy will get snared over the wall. Faker with the cooldown going to chase after him, and Dandy trying to hide in the brush. But a team ace cleanly for T1. And look at that face on Dandy. Just, you can't even really say anything at that point in the booth. You went for what you had to, but you couldn't secure the fight afterwards. T1 is going to push through, and ladies and gentlemen, SKT T1, despite the tough times they've had in Champions, ends the regular season of Masters 2014 with an undefeated match record.
That's right, and that's going to guarantee them that first place seed now, of course, as well. Nobody has a chance to catch up for them, and that's a very...